Hi everyone, welcome to this free video playthrough for the current Legacy 9-hole cup in Golf Clash. Divisions on the screen that this video relates to. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Replays and adjustments for all 9 holes, timestamps in the description down below. Remember to keep checking the channel for plenty of tournament content and other stuff to help you in Golf Clash. Good luck, and remember, some of these shots may be the old ball attributes before they doubled in the game, so bear that in mind. The shots will still work absolutely fine. Good luck, here we go. Hole number 1, we're going to use the rock. There is, of course, an aggressive shot. If you want to go for that, you could try and blast it to green. But if not, we're going to go with the rock, adding spin. 3 top spin, 3 right spin. Find the sticky spot there and have the ball guide in the middle of that dent in the fairway, in the centre of that sticky spot. And we're setting up with max distance with the rock level 8. And it will be top of plus 15 with the rock level 9. And then we are going to adjust max plus 10. Max plus 10. If you've got a different level rock, you could, of course, stretch out to find your position or use a different driver. You could use Apoc or Thor's hammer. Look at the second bounce after adding spin. Max plus 10, power 3. And we're going with outer wall curl to the right. And we want to hit perfect. Be careful not to add any overpower to your shot here because the tailwind will push us, and we want to play fairly close to the rough. So if you are worried about rolling into the rough with inadvertent OP, just dial the top spin back slightly. Drive distance around 355. Second shot, you make a white ring fringe check, so that's WFC on the notepad. Top of the white ring touching the fringe, and look at the plus yards that is displayed. We've got plus 2 here. We're playing a no spin shot, ball guide just before the front of the cup because of the tailwind angle, and we're going to adjust 10% elevation, and plus 2 for the distance check is going to be 66% slider. If you had plus 4, means you're further away, so you would then go 70% slider instead, 2% per yard. Pull over the bullseye here just to match the adjustment I'm doing, and then hit perfect, and you're going to have a very good chance at dropping this one with our max short iron shot, and it will go in nicely for the eagle. Hole 2, we're going to go with the Apoc and the Kingmaker, and you want 2.8 top spin and 3 right spin. Once again here, if you're worried about playing too close to the rough, then just dial the top spin back slightly. Set up at max distance with Apoc 4, top of plus 10 with Apoc 5 and 6. Half of the blue ring inside the rough if you have Apoc 5 and 6 as well. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here. It would be plus 10 yards with Apoc 7 and 8 as well, but you will have different ring references. If anything, you want to favour 12.01. If you have any 11.59 on your pull angle here, you might roll into the rough. 3/4 ball curl to the right. Again, don't add any unwanted OP because I'm deliberately playing this very close to the rough. If you're worried about that though, or a great left, then compensate accordingly. Drive distance is going to be 354 yards. Second shot, playing with the Cataclysm or the Big Dog, and we're going with 1 backspin, 1 left spin. Here, it's all about getting the offset correct here. I just overcompensated here, so take a look at where I aim and the result and just modify accordingly. I'm aiming at the left-hand side of the dark green square column here, but we'll just see how we get on when the shot plays out. Second bounce just over the rough line. Max plus 20 is the adjustment here. Maximum distance, 20% elevation. I'm trying to attack the pin for an albatross, although it is very, very difficult. 6 rings for me with my adjustment. If you don't want to attack the pin, you can just play a little more safer onto the green without kind of flirting with the rough there, because it is a very close line. As you can see, just need to shunt our aim half a green square to the right on hole 2. Hole number 3, bounce over with a sniper. We're going to go with 3 bars backspin, 2 bars right spin with the Kingmaker. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. Then I'm finding my position. Takes me a few seconds to settle where I'm going to aim, but in the end I decide to use the blue ring touching the rough, and it's at the top of plus 3 yards. The ball guide will be missing to the right and short of the pin as shown. That will be top of plus 5 if you have sniper level 9. Adjust max plus 10 power 3 settings. So for a 7.8 wind, for me that is 8.8 rings, always using sniper 10 numbers because we're not setting up at max distance of our club. And subject to any necessary wind angle tweaks, which you will need to dial in with par 3s especially, we're going to drop this one very nicely for the hole-in-one. Catches the downslope beautifully, hits the pin and falls for a hole-in-one on hole 3. Hole number 4, we are going to play with Apoc and Kingmaker. We're going with 4.5 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. We don't want to overdo the top spin, otherwise you won't be able to adjust with the thorn. We're setting up at the top of +2, bullseye in the middle of the fairway with Apoc 5 and above. Will be +8 with Apoc 4, second bounce, and bull guide pointing as shown. Max +5 is the adjustment here. We don't want to push this one too hard, otherwise you bounce on the downslope, it will lose you distance. Half a ball of curl to the left and a perfect ball here, and we're going to write down our drive distance. So max +5 with the left curl, get a nice bounce here. It's going to be around 355 to 365 yards. Now, the traditional shot here with the thorn, playing with backspin, you can play with 3 backspin nearer the rough, but there is a very nasty glitch, and sometimes it's difficult to actually get round that. So I'm actually going to do the max backspin shot with the thorn as a different approach. So max backspin, 1 left spin, set up with the ball guide going through the hole, coming back through the hole by 1 green square. Now for a drive distance of 360, taken from a different drive that you saw in the video, we're playing 25% slider, 0 elevation, pull over the bullseye. Like I said, this one gets around any glitchy spots because there are a lot of them before the pin, so that's why I decided to go with this approach here, and it falls beautifully. Please do join us over on Facebook. We have an ever-growing community of players there, over 16,000 members. Head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash and submit your member request there. Free to join, there are free guides posted, lots of shot sharing and discussion points. You can chat and interact with me as well, and loads more over on Facebook. So head over there and search for BK Golf Clash. Hole number 5, very touchy wind angle. This one we're going to go 3 top spin and 3 right spin. And we're going to deliberately offset here, half of the red ring outside of the rough, some of the blue ring into the bunker, and look at the ball guide. It is deliberately offset to the right of the pin, otherwise you will miss left on this one due to the wind angle. So there's the zoom in on that one. We adjust this one mid +5 power 2 settings. So mid +5 power 2. Final very important part of the equation is you want a small 1201 pull angle on this one. Otherwise, you will miss this one. It is pull angle sensitive, so take a token or two, get used to the different setups on this one. Mid +5 power 2 with that small 1201 pull angle to get a chance at the hole-in-one here with this rough bump on this par 3. On to hole number 6 now. We're going to set up here with the bullseye over that second rough line at max with the power 3 ball with Apoc 5 plus. Apoc 4 will have to push up 1.7 rings into overpower to find your spot. Then we had top spin, 5.8 top spin, that is max, with Apoc 4 obviously, as well as Apoc 5. So bullseye over that rough line, adjust max +10 power 3. With Apoc 4, after you've adjusted, you will need to push up 1.7 rings. But otherwise, leave it where it is. Full overpower, slow needle, no curl, just hit perfect, and the tailwind will do the rest of the work for us. Bounces nicely on the fairway and rolls, and we want a drive distance here of around 415 yards. Second shot, going to play with the Grizzly, and I'm adding spin first. 4 back spin, 2 left spin, and you want the ball guide to be before the cup here. So have a look at this one. So the ball guide just half a green square below the pin to compensate for the tailwind. Then we use landing position plus yards. Use Grizzly 9 numbers regardless of your club level. For +4, we're playing 90% slider, 10% elevation. That would be +7 if you had Grizzly 7 or 8. 2 pulls over the bullseye here. Make sure you do the same. It's accurate and replicates the adjustment. So 90% slider, 10% elevation here. Grizzly 9 numbers. Perfect ball away and the backspin will grab very nicely. Second bounce on the green and we drop it for an albatross on hole 6. Hole 7, very lucky to drop this one. This is extremely difficult. 5 backspin, 1 bar right spin, which I then, changed to 2 bars right spin. So 5 backspin, 2 right spin, and setting up with the blue ring touching the rough, ball guide pointing right of the cup just as shown, so pointing just past the edge of the cup on the right. Adjustment max +35. This plays massively downhill. It's a very tough hole anyway, and it's also tough to adjust the rings because you can't zoom in very much. So adjust as accurately as you can. 2 pulls over the bullseye. Use sniper 10 numbers regardless of the club you have, and definitely try and keep this wind below 8 miles per hour if possible. If you haven't the ability to use the windfall ball, take a token or 2 and just get a feel for any tweaks you might need with higher winds with a Kingmaker. Very lucky to drop this one. It isn't going to fall all the time, but when it does, be very pleased. It's a great hole-in-one. Hole number 8, very, very easy eagle here. We're going with 2 topspin and 1 right spin. Setting up here with APOC 5 and 6, clearing, touching the rough line on the left, and you've got about 60% of it inside the darker rough on the right. Other club levels will have different ring references, so check those out if you're using a different level to APOC 5 or 6. Adjust max +10 with APOC 5 plus. I'm pushing up 3 yards. You would have to push up 10 yards with APOC 4. I go with outer wall curl to the left here and hit perfect. It's a nice slow max overpower needle, but the curl just brings me close to the rough. So if you don't fancy going with such a narrow line, you could either play without curl or less curl, probably, just to take you away from the rough. But we get this ball very nicely to green and we're putting for our eagle. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. Finally on to hole 9, no movement target shot with the Kingmaker, 5.8 top spin, 3 right spin. So no move target, we're just going to adjust from where the target loads, and we've added spin, we're going to adjust max +10, which for me with this club level and wind is going to be 6.6 rings. Then with APOC 5 plus, I'm at +5 yards. I'm going to push up to +9, so that's a 4-yard push-up. With APOC 4, that will be a 10-yard push-up. Full overpower, slightly slower needle, but you still need to focus on hitting perfect. Outer wall curl to the right, and we want the distance here, which is why I'm going with a bit of a push-up. Drive distance here, you want to be well into the 400s, anywhere around 410, 415 yards is great. Second shot, we're going to add spin, and we're going to go with some backspin, and this might vary depending on your drive distance. In the end here, I go with 0.8 backspin because my first attempt hit the pin and bounced out with 0.5. So 0.8 backspin, top of the yellow ring touching the rough. We're playing landing position plus yards minus 10% elevation. So for +7 with sniper 10, that will be +9 with sniper 9. We're going 80% slider minus 10% elevation. Don't worry about adjusting into the bunker. We're still going to be fine with tailwind. Perfect ball away, nicely centered ball in the adjustment ring. Catches the rough very, very nicely indeed. And we drop this for an albatross on hole number 9. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.